Hi, everybody. Susan
We are
Bachelder here,
live.
and Steve Didier. This is Sunday evening, and we're having our normal Saturday afternoon coffee mastermind now because it worked out. So here we are.
And it's one of those Sunday evenings that really kind of require a coffee.
There we go. I should have made a coffee. I didn't even think about it. Oh
I
well.
know. I thought about it because I'm really tired.
There we go.
How was your weekend?
It was good, interesting, and different than usual. A nice different, though.
Nice.
Yeah, 2 days in a row, I spent a long stretch in the afternoon out on the patio with my, speaking of coffee, with my cappuccino. And Samuel, my son, sat with me the whole time, and we talked about his plans and his dreams and all sorts of things. So it was really nice.
Oh, that's good. A little
Hmm.
one-on-one time with the kids.
Yeah, it was nice and breezy, nice sun, which, as you know, we don't get a lot of.
Yep.
So yeah, it was
Yep.
great. What about
Nice.
you? How's your weekend been?
It's been really good. Really good. Had a good real estate closing at the end of the week. And
Yay!
yeah, I mean it's good. It wasn't an easy deal, so um, one that took time. It was all that kind of stuff. So just went out with uh, just a very small group of friends up to Cancun, and we did the uh, we did the dinner slash go out slash stay in a hotel slash get up and get brunch slash that whole thing. So it was pretty good. I'm gonna kind of basically I feel like I'm still in a food coma. I ate so much last night, and then got up this morning and did it again. It was like a buffet style brunch.
Oh my.
Yeah, so I'm dead. So I've been here. I'm here. Came to the office to catch up on some work, and I was returning some emails, and I figured, let's see what Susan's up to. And it turns out it was pretty good timing.
Yeah. Yeah, I was. And as we said before we started recording, I had just woken up from a nap, so I hadn't started anything, and it was an awesome power nap, so perfect timing. We
Good.
couldn't have planned it better. So
Good. 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 I'm gonna get comfortable here.
so the topic today is your idea. So I'm going to let you explain it because as soon as you explained it, I was totally right there with you that it's a great topic for us to talk about.
Right. Right. So yeah, I got an email, and I get a lot of different emails throughout the day from different organizations and different people and stuff like that. But I got an email that really got me thinking because it was about addressing weak points. Um, and everybody, no matter whether it's in your brain in terms of thought processes, or whether it's in your daily method of operation, or whatever, you have a weakness. Everybody has a weakness, or an area where it breaks down, or something that they don't do as well as they should, or just don't do, or whatever that could be contributing greatly to their success if they fix that one problem. Um, for me, I'm a, I'm a great, and I know I'm very honest with myself about strengths and weaknesses, and I really try and keep self-analysis and try and keep up all these things. And one thing I absolutely know about myself is that great conceptually, I can conceive ideas, and I'm good with people. I'm good with talking to people. I'm good with sales, but I'm absolutely horrible in terms of follow-up. I know that's my weakness, and part of that is most of it. Digging a little bit deeper is not necessarily the follow-up itself that I'm bad at, is the organization. I am not an organized individual. No matter what my bathroom looks like, and it's very
I
organized and
wish you could
everything. And
see the piece of paper that I have here. Anyway, carry on.
So it got me thinking. I'm like, you know what? If I could eliminate one weakness that I had, it would make a giant difference in my business, whether it's real estate, online marketing, whatever it is. And I'm sure that everybody, no, I'm not sure. I know everybody's got weak points that they can work at, but most people aren't either self-aware enough or they don't take a personal inventory, kind of going back to what we talked about before, to really, or they just don't want to be honest with themselves about what their weak points are.
It can be kind of scary.
Yeah, yeah, for real. It can be. It can be a little blow to the ego or blow to the pride as well.
Yeah.
Or a little bit scary, you know. Or some people just don't stop to do self-analysis in the first place. So what's your weak point?
Well, I'll get to that later. I'm gonna go backwards first, but I did make a note of what it is. We might as well just go for it, right? That's
Yeah.
what we're here for.
Yep.
Keep it real. Okay, so now which way do I go first? Okay, I'm gonna go all the way back first to the first one, and this touches on the point that you said, the ego, because this one really got my ego. Um, this was in the first, no, well, either the first or the second year of my critical care nursing career. And
Uh-huh.
I have always been a fairly organized person comparatively. So to all I knew. So the people in my immediate surroundings, comparing to them, I was always organized.
Right.
That was all I had to relate to. And that's all I knew. And I was very young yet. I think I was just 20. So, so
So like
naive. Oh my goodness. What's that?
so that's like 5 years ago.
Yeah, thank you, but no, many more than that. So anyway, my manager comes to me, and she's a very, well, still at that point, she's very kind of a scary kind of manager. Now I admire her immensely, and I turned out quite a bit like her, ironically. So I admired her so much. I think I modeled a lot after her. She was a damn hard ass, though. So anyway, so she calls me into the office, and this wasn't a scheduled evaluation or anything. She just calls me in there and sat me down and told me very succinctly that I needed to work on my organization. And it felt like a blow to me, because I'm like, I thought that was my strength. So what? It had my socks knocked off for 5 days, and I obsessed about it, and I thought about it, and I ran it through my head, and then I thought, well, I got no choice. I got to improve it. So I did. I worked on it and worked on it and worked on it, and I was really surprised and then kind of giggled when I noticed within a few months what a difference it made in my day and how effective I was becoming. And yeah, it was really good. So then I got all brassy and I knocked on her door and I said, I can't believe how offended I was that you told me that my organization was a weakness and that I needed to work on it. But anyway, I like what I've done with it.
Right.
So she said that she did it on purpose.
Really?
Yeah. So she saw that I had fair, or better than maybe most of the other nurses, young, like starting nurses or whatever, organization. And so she saw it as a potential to push me a little harder and step it up.
Oh, that's cool.
But if she would have suggested it that way, I might not have dug my heels in and done as good of an improvement. Does that make sense?
Right. And
So
also kind of, yeah, it's not always about an honest self-assessment. Sometimes you need an objective point of view.
yeah, and that's what it was. So she saw that it could be something that I excelled at, So she pushed me. So that's outside. That's not self-assessment, but it's not something that was obvious to me, so it pointed out that I needed to be better at self-assessment. I learned a lot from that.
Right. Yeah. No, that was a huge. Yeah. If you took a lesson from that, that falls right in line with what we're talking about.
Yeah. I took some leadership lessons from that moment as well. So anyway, I'll keep it short because I have one more.
Okay.
And that's video. It's an obvious one that you know. The video was a real weakness for me, and I chose to uh, make it a strength. It's still not a strength, but it's created huge ripples in my business by working at it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So that one is total self-assessment.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we've had that conversation about that many times
Yeah.
in our videos about uh, your process of getting into doing the videos. Obviously, if you're doing online marketing, they're just about absolutely critical. And a lot of people are scared, intimidated, or hesitant to shoot videos and post them.
Yep.
And I've also noticed a lot of people rationalize it too. That people tell me, "Oh, they're not that important," or, eh, you know, come on, that's just you building up your rationale for not being comfortable doing them. That's it.
Yep.
So, yeah, for me, it's just organization and consistency.
So what's your plan?
Well, something I implemented last week was to get even more hardcore with my daily task list. And I also put together, in terms of what I'm doing with real estate, in addition to the daily task list, I also have, a lot of leads that need to be followed up with at certain intervals or certain times and this and that. And so, man, I'm so bad. But I sat down and figured out an organized way that I could keep track of everything time-wise, and something that would work for me, not just something that I took arbitrarily from a website or I copied from somebody else. I really kind of looked at my tendencies, and I tried to build something that worked with my tendencies instead of fighting my tendencies. Be organized within a way that I'm comfortable.
That's an awesome idea.
So yeah, you know what? To be honest, the last 7 days I've been significantly more productive on a daily basis, strictly from being just very detailed and very focused on my daily task list.
Huh. That's something I need to put more focus on as well.
The amount that you get done, because what happens, and this goes into time management, and I've actually done trainings on this back when I worked with Prudential. Time management is key to maximizing your efficiency and maximizing your productivity on a daily basis. And if you do your task list and you focus on that, the problem that people have, especially in online marketing or sales or anything else, is that they are reactive and not proactive.
I agree.
And that's huge. It's very easy on a day-to-day basis to get caught up working with this or responding to this message or these emails. Oh, I got to do this. Oh, I got to do that. To go that, and you spend your whole day reacting and responding to external stimuli instead of focusing on the stuff that is on your list and that needs to be done for you to move forward in your business. And that is, if people could get one thing from this entire conversation, that would be it. Especially people who are on limited, maybe you have a family, you're working a job, and you're trying to build a secondary income. Time becomes absolutely critical. You might only have an hour or two a day. So you need to maximize what you get out of the time you have available.
I agree.
If that makes any sense. I think the coffee's starting to kick in.
Awesome. Yeah, it actually makes complete sense. And you know what's really interesting? As often happens with our conversations, it's very timely, because that's kind of what happened to me. Even though I am usually really good about my daily method of operation and being very aware of what I need to get done to move to that next step, or just to keep things rolling. So I do every Sunday. In fact, today is my day that I evaluate, I contemplate taking inventory on last week, how it all rolled out, and I plan this week. It's so automatic that it happens whether I consciously set a time to do it or not. So anyway, the last 6 weeks, I have kind of slipped off of my usual focus, because I've been doing a lot of stuff in a group, in a team build. So I'm doing a lot of that reactive kind of activities that you were saying, and they can be very time consuming, or you can just completely lose track of what you were focusing on very quickly.
Right.
I actually talked about it a little bit in a training last week as well, and just speaking specifically of marketing on Facebook even. Some people will spend hours thinking that they're productive on Facebook, but they're just reacting to posts or chatting in messages and stuff, and none of it is direct money-making, business-building activities. It might not even be relationship-building activities, because they might be chatting with someone who will not forward their business. So
that's so funny, because you just took the entire meat of my next subject of what I was going to say and just put it out.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. That's another experiment I've been doing with myself. And this is something that, as you know, just like what you just said, especially with online marketers, they're online all the time. But if you took the time that they were actually doing some income-producing activities while online, out of 3 hours, it would probably be 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Of actual work. And then they will justify, oh my God, I've been so busy the last 3 hours. Oh my God, I'm tired. No, you haven't done shit. You know?
Yeah.
You mess around on Facebook, you check this, you look at the blog, you read somebody else's blog, you did this, you did that, you chatted this, and you check out your favorite website. Oh, I gotta check this link, and next thing you know, you're on Huffington Post. You know, I know because I've done it. And you look back and you're like, well, it's 9 o'clock and I was supposed to get a blog done and I've done nothing or whatever. So that's also incidentally something that I implemented at the beginning of last week, is I leave my browser completely closed unless there's something specific that I need to be doing online that is an income-producing activity. I've been doing a lot of writing lately, a lot of content production for different websites, and I've been doing all of the content in Microsoft Word.
Perfect.
I don't even open up a tab to put on the blog until it's completely done, and I go in there and I'll format it and I'll add pictures and I'll set the alt text and I'll H tags and all that kind of stuff. But while I'm writing, unless I need to research a point, I'll open up the browser, do what I have to do, and then I'll close it. And it's just amazing at how much more you can get done if you are not dicking around on the internet.
I agree. I don't even have to close my whole browser. I just need to close Facebook when I'm working.
Facebook, Twitter, all these things are great and they have their place in the marketing world, especially the online marketing world. But most people, like you said, when they're doing social media marketing, They're not doing anything.
Yeah.
And don't lie to yourself, too. That's part of the honest assessment.
Yes. Exactly. You have to be honest with that one.
Yeah, yeah. Because one little thing can lead to lead to another. And next thing you know, the time that you had allotted, especially once again, if you're running on a limited time available to build your business, all of a sudden it's gone. And that time is something that you never get back.
No.
Ever. It's gone.
Gone.
So.
Wow, you picked a powerful topic.
Well, but it pisses me off when I look back at my own self, and I can look, especially the periods of time or days where I finish the day and I feel like I've been doing stuff, but I've accomplished absolutely nothing. I look back and I'm like, what was I really doing? I mean, honestly, what was I really doing? Okay, let me look at my list. Was I working on this? Was I working on this? No. I felt like I was busy, but still nothing is checked off of my list.
So then a few things happen with that. You don't get that reward of accomplishment. And that feels good. That's a nice thing. That reward feeling of, yay, I checked that physical. You scratch it off your list or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And it's also kind of draining, isn't it?
It is horribly draining because of that stress you have because you know what you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
And not doing it will cause you to stress out.
Yeah.
Which will drain you, put you in a negative mood. It's kind of like that negative feedback loop instead of the positive, where you're accomplishing the stuff that you need to be accomplished. It gives you energy, it gives you positive energy, it gives you motivation, and you're ready to tackle it again the next day, and it becomes a positive feedback. But it can very easily become negative because you get to the end of your day and you're like, man, I didn't accomplish anything. Man, it's not working.
You know what the other thing that I find it does is it increases that kind of random noise, monkey chatter in your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
It's too, like, all that extra, like, so-and-so said this, and this article said this, and it just, all this stuff is coming in, and you can't even hear your own thoughts.
Right. Yeah, you need to quiet your brain so that you can focus.
Yeah.
Hard to quiet your brain when you're surfing 50 websites at a time.
Yeah.
It really is. So, yeah. Now, I feel much better. I get that off my chest.
All right.
Look at my new coffee mug.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Where'd you get it?
Oh, a friend of mine got it for me.
Nice.
I was in a bad mood, and she works near one of my offices, so she knows I like coffee. So she brought me a coffee mug. She's like, "Here, this will be in a better mood." I'm like, "Aw."
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So.
That's awesome.
Coffee mug. So, anything else to add?
I don't think so. I feel completely content with that. That's an awesome topic.
Yeah, short and sweet, but powerful. Because, yeah, you can trigger immense jumps in production just by doing those two things.
I agree. Organization.
Yeah, and that's not hypothetical. I know because I've done it in my life, and I've done it several times, but even though I know it inside and out and I've taught it, if you do not monitor yourself very closely, you can fall right back. It's a very easy trap to fall into. So.
Yeah. And I just recorded, and I know you and I have talked about that, my different angle for explaining just the process, how to approach really everything, and it's all a continuous evaluation or assessment of what's going on, and
Right.
then you're planning, you're implementing or taking action, and then the re-evaluating. So those four concepts, if they're always rolling like as if they were the wheels on the bus
Right.
of your journey, and for anything to move forward, all four wheels have to be turning. So it's kind of really based on that, and I just re-recorded that about a week and a half ago. So it's kind of cool timing,
Very cool.
as it always is.
Repurposing.
Exactly. Just like these conversations that we have, I've been finding people are going back to some of our first recordings, and they're digging them up, and they're either coming back to me with comments, or I'm finding comments on them. So our wishes for the conversations to be evergreen are proving true.
Nice. It's good to, and you have that hypothetical idea of like, yeah, I hope our conversations provide long-lasting value. But it's really hard to see that far in the future. Now that we've got over a year under our belts, it's easy to look back and say, okay, well, mission accomplished.
Yay!
So maybe in 5 years from now, we're going to look back and go, really, mission accomplished.
I hope so. We'll
Very
still be
cool.
doing this, except for my background is going to be different.
Yeah, mine too. Mine too. I want to build a custom house down here. I found a nice neighborhood where you can buy lots, and I've got a
Awesome.
good builder. So I mean, it's all in the future, but I want to do a custom house, completely custom.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
So yeah, I think it'd be fun. I like the whole conceptual thing, the architectural design, and okay, I want this here, that here, you know. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be super fun.
You know. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I still have other things on my to-do list before I leave tonight, so I'm gonna work on those, and we'll try and catch up again maybe next weekend if we can find the time.
Yes, let's do that. And for
Sound like a
those of you
plan?
watching, sorry,
Oh
are
no,
we?
does it sound like a plan?
Yes, that sounds like a plan. I was just going to tell everybody that's watching, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. You'll find this video on my channel and on Steve's channel. So subscribe to the channel, and we will see you on the next video.
All right. Have a good night and a great week.
Bye.